Alright, Chase Lee Hockey here, Blue Futon movie 3 of 4 for the weekend. And this one was the Superman Christopher Reeve doc that, apparently there's been a bunch of them out. There's like 2 that come out this year. But this is the one produced by DC Studios, CNN, HBO. It's basically about Christopher Reeve and his life and what he did to try to help stem cell research and things like that. And we have different interviews and different, footage from Robin Williams because they used to be best friends. Jeff Daniels. We have interviewees from John Kerry, Whoopi Goldberg, Glenn Close, Susan Sarandon. I think a WB producer for the original Superman movie, of course, and his family, his kids, and things like that. So did I like this film? I thought it was a pretty good doc. It started way stronger than it kind of went downhill, in my opinion, because when I see a movie like this and how it starts off with his family and him and his ex quote-unquote wife, even though they were never married, and I was okay with like Susan Sarandon coming on screen, and then when Glenn Close came on screen, okay, that's a friend, and then Whoopi Goldberg came on screen, and I'm like, okay, that's a friend, and those two kind of make sense because they made a movie called In the Gloaming, if I want to say it that way, which he directed after he was paralyzed by the fourth horse. That was interesting. But then when we're interviewing John Kerry, and I'm thinking, okay, why are we bringing John Kerry into this? Because I really saw no correlation with that. Yes, there's correlations with, Christopher Reeve trying to make laws or regulations or put money into stem cell research into this. And even though if they want to go that route, I think going more like Michael J. Fox, even though they probably never met or known each other, Michael J. Fox is trying to do the same thing with Parkinson's disease. So I think if you want to go that route, sure, go that route. But John Kerry, he doesn't bring anything to this movie, or some of these interviews that bring nothing into this movie. So I kind of look at this as like a murder doc of who are you interviewing and what are you doing to enhance the story, because a lot of it was about Robin Williams too, how they're best friends, and I feel like Jeff Daniels, even though he brought some interesting stuff into it, but I think that's where it kind of went downhill for me, is who are you interviewing to enhance the story of Christopher Reeve, enhance the story of this foundation. And I wish they would bring more, paraplegics and things like that into this movie instead of like the higher end people, which sure, understandable. And like I said, I'm okay with, the Whoopi Goldberg and the Glenn Close because they kind of did a movie with him while he was paraplegic and they got to know him through that lens. Like John Kerry, like what does he have to bring into it? And to me, I just didn't feel it. But I think it's overall well acted, or acted is not the wrong word, but had good interviews for what this movie was trying to say. So yeah, if you like to know more about this, I think this is a well thought out doc. And going into it, I could have sworn the first 30 minutes, like this is a 10 out of 10. But more going into it, it did dip just a little bit. Chase back here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Won't know things Futontopia. You Blue Futonians, thank you for watching. Have a great day. I can watch this tomorrow, week from a month, and a year from every single freaking one of you. And if you watch this, it's like only 2 days only. Scooby-Doo-boop.